It was Sunday. She woke up with a knot in her chest, that silent tightness that only those who live in a toxic marriage understand. The house was quiet, but the silence was heavy. She knew that, at any moment, something she said, or didn't say, could be used against her. Fear didn't scream, it whispered. And even so, it hurt. For years, she believed that this was love, that the jealousy, the control, the acidic comments disguised as concern were signs that he cared. And whenever she thought about leaving, a voice inside her said, "But what about God? Will I be sinning? Am I breaking a sacred vow?" It is at this point that many women wage a silent war within themselves, not with their partner, with themselves. The guilt, the fear of making a mistake, the weight of judgment, everything mixes with the hope that he will change, that one day he will return to being the man he started with. But the beginning never comes back, and no one tells us that. There are secrets that few women have the courage to reveal. Like that moment when you, lying next to him, pray silently asking God for a way out, and you feel like you are sinning just for wanting to run away. This is not about lack of faith. It is about survival. She grew up hearing that marriage is forever, that for better or for worse is a sacred promise. But no one explained what to do when sadness becomes routine and joy becomes memory. When home becomes a battlefield and love becomes an invisible prison, most women do not realize the cycle. First come the words, subtle, cutting, then the gestures, the looks, the silence as punishment. And then, one day, he screams. Maybe he doesn't hit, yet, but the fear is already there. And fear, my friend, is a warning. It is the body saying, "You are not safe." But what really holds her back is guilt. It is the idea that by leaving, she would be making a mistake, sinning, that she would be selfish, ungrateful, rebellious, that she would be throwing away a family, and that hurts more than any scream. How many women do you know who live like this? Maybe you are one of them. Maybe no one knows. Maybe you smile in photos, but cry in secret in the bathroom, and no one suspects. But I'm going to tell you something that no one tells you. It is not a sin to save your own life. There is a huge difference between an imperfect marriage and an abusive marriage. In the first, there is dialogue, there is effort, there is love. In the second, there is control, manipulation, fear. And God does not want his daughters trapped in relationships that kill them inside. She found this out the hard way. After years of trying, praying, and denying herself, after hiding emotional bruises behind pretty words, one day she looked in the mirror and didn't recognize herself. That was the day she realized the greatest sin would be to continue destroying herself in the name of a love that only hurt. You don't have to get to this point to understand. You have the right to protect yourself, to seek help, to leave, to start over. And more than that, you have a duty to yourself. The world will try to convince you that you're overreacting. It will promise you changes that never come. It will tell you it's just a phase. But deep down, you know. You feel it. And when the soul begins to get sick, no spiritual justification can serve as a shackle. She was afraid. A lot. She cried, doubted, hesitated. But one day, she took the first step, and everything changed. Not all at once, but it did change. Freedom comes in pieces. Each day away from him was a part of herself that returned. And when she finally looked in the mirror and smiled, for real, she knew it was worth it. You may be asking yourself, but how do I start? It starts with the silence that suffocates you, with the hidden crying, with the desire to disappear. That is not normal. That is not love. Love does not nullify. Love welcomes. Love does not hold back. Love liberates. And if you still need a sign, maybe this video is it. You deserve more than crumbs. You deserve peace, respect, life. And most of all, you deserve to know that leaving is not a sin. It is salvation. You did not come into this world to survive in silence, but to live in fullness. Don't accept as fate what destroys you every day. Your pain is not an exaggeration. It is your soul's cry for freedom. You are stronger than you think, more capable than you believe. The life you dream of is still possible. But it begins with a choice. Getting out of prison. Don't wait for the right moment, because the moment is now, and time doesn't come back. Each step towards freedom is a victory over everything they tried to erase in you. You are not alone. Thousands of women have already taken this leap, and you can too. Starting over is scary, but staying in a place that kills you while you're alive costs much more. Your story of overcoming begins the moment you decide not to accept less than you deserve. If this video touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Leave a comment below. What was the phrase that had the biggest impact on you? Your story matters, and when you speak out, other women gain the courage to free themselves too. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because every week there is content to strengthen you, heal you, and remind you of your worth. And if you are going through this right now, breathe. You are not alone. We are together, step by step.